Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People's Show. Check the post, Husker Nation. Brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Man, the mood around here is sure different today than it was a couple of days ago, which kind of goes to the point of this show. The power that Husker Nation has. Now, this isn't some fluff piece, blow smoke up Husker Nation's rear end piece. The facts are what the facts are. All right, and I put out a few times on social media lately, 2 + 2 = 4, or if 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4. If you don't follow me on Facebook and Twitter, what the heck's wrong with you? Go give me a follow. Hashtag a cheap plug. But let's be honest, without Nebraska and Ohio State joining in the fight, let's give credit where credit is due. Again, 2, Nebraska plus Ohio State equals 4. 2 + 2 = 4. Big Ten playing football, and very potentially the Pac-12 playing football now too. I mean, potentially, all right, with what was started in Lincoln, Nebraska in early to mid-August, carried and jumped on by Ohio State. And let's be honest, right now, they're the big boys of the Big Ten. Not only affected the Big Ten, could potentially affect 2 major Power 5 conferences, which, I don't know, maybe the Mountain West and some of the MAC wake up and say, hey, we play football too. Maybe they don't. That's their choice. All right. But the power of Husker Nation is very real. There was an onslaught. There was an attack by the national media. I mean, there's still one. I'm not even going to say her name. There was a reporter who wrote an article about this, maybe the one of the darkest or the darkest days in the history of Big Ten. I would say Penn State Jerry Sandusky has to rank up there, if not number 1. But to me, when Husker Nation is unified with a common goal, a common purpose, okay, something that they're trying to achieve together, they're very, very powerful. Not only the effect on Big Ten football, but you think about this. This is the most unified I've seen Husker Nation in a long time, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I mean, it is awesome to see. There's been things over the years that have kind of divided us a little bit over the past 20 years. The firing of Frank Solich, okay? I was there. That still to this day gets me thinking. I'm not going to dwell on these things, but Bo Pelini, should he or should he not be fired? Then when he was fired, should he or should he not have been fired? There have been things that have divided us, but that's what happens. Okay, if you're around other people long enough, it doesn't matter how phenomenally phenomenal they are. At some point, you're going to disagree with them, okay? It doesn't matter how amazingly amazing you are. At some point, you're going to have people disagree with you because you might actually be wrong, or they may be wrong, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, if you're willing to stand up for something that you believe in or something that matters enough to you, when I do my motivational speeches, I'll say, if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. If you're willing, not everything's worth taking a bunch of heat for, but if it matters and if it's something that's worth taking the heat for, are you willing to find a way, or are you going to find an excuse? Okay, to me, Husker Nation was unified, and that power, that bond, okay, that common goal, that common purpose, that is what made the difference. Okay, now, I actually think there's lessons that can be taken from this. If something outside of football and outside of sports that is bigger than Husker football matters to you, you're going to find a way, you're going to find an excuse. Okay, and when you are unified with a common goal, a common purpose, with somebody working towards something, you can be 2 to 3 to 4 to 10 times as dangerous when you're unified. Going forward, it's pretty cool to see how unified Husker Nation is right now. And going forward, I think everyone could agree and be unified that the common goal is to get the Huskers back to a higher level of success than it's been at lately, back to competing for championships, at least competing for them on a regular basis. If we keep that mindset going forward, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs in this season, seasons going forward. If we keep that mindset going forward, unified with a common goal, a common purpose, and something that we're trying to achieve together, and you keep that in mind when you're posting on social media, when you're interacting with somebody else, don't fight to be right, have a conversation to find a resolution, and keep in mind, coaches and players see these things. You have a lot of power. Keep that in mind. Go big red, and always remember to throw the ball. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.